Lafayette DuBose, the wicked old lady who lived up the street from the Finch house. Although they generally tried to avoid her, her house was on the only rational route to town. She would stare them down, then yell and question them as they tried to pass. She was never pleased, even by Scout's best manners.
Hey, Miss DuBose.
Don't say hey to me, ugly girl. You say good afternoon, Miss DuBose. Come back here.
Atticus refused to treat the old lady with disrespect, despite his children's complaints about her. In fact, he treated her with the utmost grace.
Easy does it, son. She's an old lady and she's ill. You just hold your head up high and be a gentleman. It's your job not to let her make you mad. Good evening, Miss DuBose. You look like a picture this evening.
A picture of what?
Jam.
After Jem's birthday, he and Scout are on their way to town to spend his newly acquired money when they pass the dreaded DuBose.
Where are you two going at this time of day? Playing hooky, I suppose. I just call up the principal and tell him.
But it's Saturday, Mrs. DuBose.
Makes no difference if it's Saturday. Wonder if your father knows where you two are.
We've been going to town since we were this high.
Don't you lie to me, Jeremy Finch. Maudie Atkinson told me you broke down her scuppered on armor this morning. Just wait till I tell your father. Then you'll wish you never saw the light of day. If you aren't sent to a reform school by the end of this week, my name's not DuBose.
But I ain't been to that harbor since last summer.
Don't you contradict me, boy. And you, what are you doing in those jeans? You should be in a dressing camisole, young lady. If somebody doesn't change your ways, you'll be waiting tables at the OK Cafe. Ha! A Finch waiting on tables at the OK Cafe. Ha ha ha!
Don't you listen to her, Scout. You just hold your head up high and be a gentleman.
Your father's no better than the trash and niggers he works for. Not only a Finch waiting on tables at the OK Cafe, but one loin for niggers in the courthouse. Ugh.
True. Ever since Atticus, a lawyer, took on a case defending a black man, the kids had heard many snide and dirty remarks, but never from an adult. It obviously affected them. Jem was practically fuming. They continued on their way to town, where Jem generously bought himself a toy train and a twirling baton for Scout. They walked all the way home, Scout twirling and twirling and twirling her baton, but when they passed the DuBose house, nobody was on the porch.
She ain't here, Scout.
What?
She ain't here.
Ow! Ow, what are you doing?
Shut up!
Stop it!
Ow, ow, ow.
I'd do it again if I had to. And you better shut up, otherwise I'll yank every hair out of your head.
Look, Jem. This looks just like you.
Jem, are you responsible for this?
Yes, sir.
Why'd you do it?
She said you lied for niggers and trash.
So you did this because she said that?
Yes, sir.
Son, I know you've been annoyed by your contemporaries about me lawing for niggers, as you say. But to do something like this to an old sick lady is inexcusable. I strongly suggest you go over there and talk to Mrs. DuBose. Come straight home when you're done. Come here, Scout. You're mighty big to be rocked.
You don't really care about him. You sent him over there to get shot at, and all he was doing was standing up for you.
It's not time to worry yet. I never thought Jem would be the one to lose his head over something like this. Thought I'd have more trouble with you. Scout, when summer comes, you're going to have to keep your head about you when far worse things happen. I know it's not fair to you and Jem, but we have to make the best of things. And the way we conduct ourselves when the chips are down, well, all I can say is, when you and Jim are grown, I hope that you'll have some kind of compassion and some feeling that I didn't let you down. This case, Tom Robinson's case, goes to the very essence of a man's conscience. I couldn't go to church and worship God on Sundays if I didn't try to help this man.
You must be wrong.
How's that?
Well, every folk thinks they're right and that you're wrong.
They're certainly entitled to think that. They're entitled to full respect for their opinions. But before I can live with other people, I've got to live with myself. The one thing that doesn't abide by majority rule is a person's conscience.